YouTube and Facebook. We are live. What's going on? Big D here and Rob, 12 Volt Talk. What's going on, Rob?
Yo, we back.
Yo. How long have we been gone? We've only been gone like 1 week because we missed Thanksgiving. We had a cool interview. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and check our last video. We interviewed Jeff Smith from Amp Global, talking some old school Phoenix Gold, and we never got around to talking about BMX.
I know, man. That's a disappointment. The one person that we could really talk BMX, and we got caught up in all kinds of old school stuff.
Yeah, and I felt bad because he had his daughter there, and they were trying to do homework and stuff, and I didn't want to keep him late. But Third Era in the house. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that support as always. Ed, you are the man. So I guess we can just cut out the chit chat and we'll go ahead and get started. Rob, is that good with you?
Yeah, that'll work. I was looking for paper, but we're good to go.
All right. I will do the intro today, and I will go solo here for just a second. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. 12 Volt Talk, episode 67. The Gear We Like, a holiday gift guide for 2019. What's going on, guys? This is Derek from Williston Audio Labs, here with you guys as always, almost always, every other week now, with my good friend Rob, Mr. High Five Vega. What's going on, Rob?
Yo, what's up? Let's talk about some deals.
About some deals and check out Rob's background. Those who are watching us, make sure you check us out, youtube.com/12etalk, so you can see this live and see Rob's real fancy layout and got some like lights going across the back. And I'm sure he's watched Stranger Things and he's going to be talked to from the upside down, and we're going to see the lights flashing.
No, man, I'm a real YouTuber now. I got some backlights. And you see this over here? This thing right here?
I do see that poster. Hey. That is the dopest poster I've ever seen in my life.
Man, I can't believe that I put in the best offer on it and he took it. And that's pretty exciting.
And you guys probably can't see it that good, but it's like a race car track, and it's got a bunch of head units racing each other. Yeah. And it's from 1985?
87. Cardio Nationals.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Poster you have there, and you lowballed that guy too, by the way, and he took it.
I know. Hey, I'm poor.
He gave him like half of what he was asking. That dude took it. I'm like, dang.
Yeah. There's more on there to be had as well.
Oh, cool. I need to go find me something. But yeah, so you guys can probably see my banner back here, and it's blurry. Right? It's out of focus. That's because we got fat camera right here with a nice lens. Donnie Tuttle in the house. $5. Thank you, sir. Can I get a VFL 20K for Christmas, please?
Yeah, sure.
You got to sit on Santa's lap, and you got to have been a really good boy last year to be getting something like that.
Yeah.
And did we get Anthony too?
Nope, we didn't get him because he jumped in so early, man.
Sweet you the man, Anthony. Yeah. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your donation to the channel. Everybody who joins us every week, you guys hanging out with us. Girlfriend said they like father and son.
Fred Champer.
Who's the father? Who's the big dummy? Yeah. Oh, man. Speaking of that, I know this is off topic, but I don't really care because we can do that. But there is a Sanford & Son fan club group on Facebook, and they play back episodes of Sanford & Son. Dude, I will be on Facebook sitting there looking at some of Rob's posts or checking out some stuff on Facebook, and I will see something come up, and I will get caught for 20 minutes into watching an episode of Sanford & Son. It's good stuff. If you guys have never seen it, got to go check it out.
It's easy to do, man. Now with all this Facebook and internet, video all tied up, you could just fall down a rabbit hole without even knowing it.
Yep, that is so true. So let's jump in, Rob, to our gift guide. And we're going to first start off, and I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see it. We're going to first start off with the failure, absolute failure, because I'm a failure because I didn't buy one. This Polk PAD1000.1, which is actually a 1200 watt Class D subwoofer amp. Regular price is $369, and that's not like a bloated price. That actually is the regular price, is $369. And they had this refurbished for Polk Audio. They had it for Cyber Monday, but they let it go a couple days after. And they actually just sold out sometime today, because when I checked at lunch, they still had one or two available, and I checked at the end of the day when I was going to buy one, and they were gone. But $129 for a true 1200 watt Class D subwoofer amp, that was a steal, my friend.
Yeah. That's why I added it on this list, because I was hoping somebody would be able to pick it up, because these PAD amps, they are solid. I mean, I'm running one in the Suburban right now, the small one. I've run that thing at 1 ohm mono, 2 ohm mono. I've just totally abused it, and it took it.
Yeah, remember, those who remember these particular amps, we found out about these during the $150 SPL challenge, because the small amps, the ones I say small, they were what, 250 by 2 at 2 ohms, I think is what they're rated, 500 by 1 at 4 ohms.
Yep.
Yeah, they were like $55 or $60 at one time.
Yeah,
and brand cheap. New. It was crazy cheap, because I think the original price on was like $229. But anyway, we missed out. But only reason I wanted to show this is not to gloat and tell people, hey, you missed out because you didn't pay attention, because I actually did post this on my Facebook page too, and I think maybe some people probably bought it through there. But keep watching Rob and I over the next few weeks, because what we're going to do is when we come across deals like this, we'll post it on our Facebook page. If you follow us there, I'll also post it on my YouTube channel under the community tab. If you're not on Facebook, you can see it there as well. But if we come across deals like this, we'll make sure to share them. That way you guys can get in on it when the deals are hot.
Yeah, for sure, man. People, especially with being Derek doing what we do, people are sharing these deals with us quite often. So it's nice to be able to put them out there and let someone pick something up cheap.
Yep. Yeah, especially when you have quality stuff like this. And, some people are worried and concerned about refurbished gear. And I would say over the years of me buying electronics, probably only about 5% of the refurbished stuff that I've bought has had problems. Because in most cases, especially if it's manufactured refurbished like this is, then that means it goes through some rigorous testing process, either through the manufacturer or through a like a service center that's designed to do, or that's that does the repairs for them. Authorized is what I was trying to get at. Sorry for stumbling with the words. An authorized repair center. And, these will be just as good as new. Now, sometimes they have scratches on them and stuff like that because people have returned them, whatever. But still, with the amount of money you're saving, it's worth it. But I've always had real good luck with refurbished stuff. Some people always thought refurbished was, right before you throw in the trash is what refurbished means. And my experience has never been that way. What about you, Rob?
No, refurbished to me is better than getting used, because, well, if you get it from refurbished from the manufacturer, because they've looked over it and they brought it up to basically new standards aside from the cosmetics. So I always I like refurbished products if the price is right.
Yeah, I never have a problem buying stuff that way. And in fact, a little pro tip for those of you who still buy computers, laptops, DellRefurbished.com has got the best deals for laptops. And a lot of times they'll have 50% off. I think Cyber Monday, they had 48% off. They're models that are like a couple of years old, but unless you're doing the most high-end gaming and everything with what happened? Oh, that's you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Parts Express.
Unless you're doing the most high-end gaming and stuff, you can get a really nice computer for around $300 a laptop with a touch screen. And I was going to share that one, but the deal went away before that. So yeah, with computers, like Dell, getting them direct from refurbished is always a good deal. I've always had good luck with that. But let's switch from computers over to this next item. We're going to let Rob tell us about it. What you got here, Rob?
Yeah, so you've tested one, you've had one, I've had one forever. It's kind of the famous or the infamous LaPi 2020. It's a little bit different now than what it was before, but it's still a solid amp for $20, something that you can put bookshelves on, you can test your car speakers, and it sounds pretty good. It's a good sounding amp. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's really hard to believe this thing. And this one even comes with a power supply when you get it from Parts Express, which a lot of the places on eBay that used to sell them didn't come with a power supply, and you had to buy that separately. But for $20 with the power supply, this is absolutely a no-brainer if you want to, even, and I'll tell you one way that I've used this in my bedroom. I use one of these, and I've got some bookshelf speakers, and I have the audio output coming out of the TV, going into the LaPi, and then going into the little 4-inch bookshelf speakers on either side of the TV. And that just gives you much better sound quality than using the little tiny speakers that come in most flat panel TVs. And I've been using this amp on that setup for 2 years at least. And the amp stays on all the time, and I haven't had any issues. And like Rob said, the quality is pretty good. Sound quality is pretty good. And 20 watts may not sound like much, but 20 watts will get pretty dang loud.
Oh yeah, it'll get as loud as you wanted to have it in your bedroom. That's for sure. And these little amps, they're pretty rock solid. And just to have something around, so if you want to test some speakers and you don't want to go through putting your test bench up or messing with your radio in your car or anything like that, you can just plug this into the wall, run some speak wire, and you're good to go.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to have a small amp for testing speakers. And yeah, this one's just a no-brainer at $20. I don't think it's free shipping right now, but if you buy enough stuff on Parts Express, $49. So if you buy enough to get over $49, you get free shipping. So that's definitely worth it. Get a couple of those for stocking stuffers, no doubt, and get one for yourself.
Yeah,
it's a really cool gift for any audiophile. So next up, we'll move over to some subwoofers. I don't know, Rob, if you've got that one pulled up, or do you need me to pull it up? Because I've got it. Or
I could share it, or you could pull it up either way. There you go.
I've got it. So I'm sure you've seen these quite a bit on our channels. The Savard, the High Q series, and Rob and I both really like the 6.5. They have this High Qs right now in 6.5, 8s, and 12s. And supposedly they're coming out with 10s and 15s, I think, Rob, coming out in early 2020.
I think so. I know that the wraps are coming out in 15s soon. I don't know about the High Qs, but I know they're coming out with the wrap 15s for sure.
Yeah, the best way we can compare this High Q 6.5 is to the X series Sundown. It's about the same dimensions. It's about the same output. It's more output than the SA. Rob did some tests with this one and the SA and got some pretty interesting results. He actually found the SA did a little bit better SPL wise in the bigger box, but it was very close. And these are considerably cheaper. These are around $70, I think, right now a piece. And they're available in dual 2 ohm, and I think they've got dual 4 ohms now too.
Just recently.
Yeah, they've re-released them. So anyway, Savard's been around since the 70s, and they went away for a little bit. They've always been around, but they didn't really sell a lot of car speakers. But Will, the son, is kind of taking over now, and he's doing a lot more stuff. And they're pumping out some good products. We really enjoy what they're doing, and those guys are hardcore audio fans. They're people that really like music. They really enjoy the whole industry. So we like to stand behind people that that really are enthusiastic, kind of like we are, about what we do. And just check them out, because the High Qs are doing really well.
Yeah,
and they sound really good too.
And in my opinion, right now, it's the best 6.5 you can get it at most price points. for right now. And trust me, I'm testing more 6x5s or 6x5s. I'm testing more 6.5s. Derek's got a bunch of 6.5s, so we're keeping our eye out for them.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, definitely, we got a stack of them over here to test. We'll get to eventually, but the problem with me is I find something I like, I just kind of stick with it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I haven't really cycled through as much as I should. But yeah, good deal. And here is the Sundown is next up, the SD38. And Rob, I thought you did the 10 before. Did you actually do the 8 as well?
I done the 10.
Okay. So this is the 8-inch version, and this is on the Sundown Yard Sale website, sundownyardsale.com. And I've bought probably 8 or 10 speakers through Sundown Yard Sale and not had any issues with them. I guess they don't really warranty them when you buy them because they may have problems. They may not. You're kind of taking a chance. But in this case, you're saving what I think these normally go for probably $120. So you're saving like half.
I think it's even more than that. I believe that these go for about 150. So you're saving quite a good bit. And that's why I put these in here, because they did have the 10s as well, but they're down to just the 8s now. If you're looking for an 8, if you're looking for something that's a shallower mount, I can't recommend these enough. This is not a high SPL sub. This is more of a sound quality sub to me. So if you want something that sounds good, something shallow, definitely check these out.
Yeah, I was amazed at how beefy the 10-inch version of this is, because I got it in, and actually when I did the video on the what was it, the dual subwoofer that came with the amplifier built into the little truck box, I was going to put one of these in there and then try the SPL test and compare them. But Sundown's 10-inch is really like an 11-inch. It's bigger than most of the generic size, but the comparison of the two speakers was just, there was no comparison. The Sundown just made the other look like a little wimpy speaker, which it kind of is, but it wouldn't fit the box. I couldn't test it that way, but yeah, I can tell it's very well built. It doesn't have a vented pole piece on the back, and that's because they want to have it so you can mount it right up against the box, right, Rob? So you can have a super thin, shallow mount.
And that's the whole reason for the inverted surround as well. So that way, if you're down firing that subwoofer, it's not touching. You've got some space.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, check out the Sundown Yard Sale, and because they've got a lot of stuff on there. And I've noticed what they seem to do sometimes is when they are discontinuing things, they'll have a lot more on there. And maybe just because they don't want to deal with the markdowns and all that stuff and having to ship them out, and they'll just mark them way down. So you can get lucky sometimes. And even their cheapest line, what is it? The EA series or something?
I think so. I can't remember, or the LCS.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right here because those were like $45 a piece, I think, on here. Super cheap. But I was just looking to see if they had any. Yeah, they have them. The E series subwoofer. They've got 8s and 10s, so between $66 and $76. They've gone up a little bit. That must not be the one that I'd seen, because I saw the 12 on there before for like $49.
Yeah, I think that might have been the LCS. I can't remember, but
I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're out of the there it is. Okay. All right. Sorry. I'm just all over the place, but I'm gonna share my screen again so you guys can see this. The LCS 12 dual 4 ohm, they're $45 a piece. And what these look like to me is they look kind of like the old school, just the standard, like what the MTX Blue Thunders, the M&M subs, the ones that had like the 38 or 40 ounce magnet, 2-inch voice coil. But this one's actually got a double stack magnet. And I bet these really get down. I mean, they would be much better than the Blaupunk sub for not a whole lot more money.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a video where Jacob Fuller's talking about, or maybe it was him or Derek, but they were talking about how these were built just for performance. There's nothing extra on it that would raise the price up of it. It's just a budget sub. It's just meant for sound.
Yep. And I think these are around $100 normally. So again, you're getting about half price by going through. Just remember, this is the yard sale site. There may be some issues, there may be some cosmetic issues, or maybe some other bigger issues with the subs. You are taking a chance, but if you're willing to take the chance and you have a luck like I've had, then it may be worth it. So next up,
yeah, if you this one, it since we talked about the budget, go ahead and drop this one on them.
Yeah, boy. You got to see this one. If you guys have not seen these Hutchinson subwoofers, I mean, you don't. This is. It's hard for me to think about a subwoofer that you don't even have to put into a box.
Yeah.
But this could be something that you could literally display on your coffee table when your buddies come over, and they'd be like, "What the heck is that? That is so cool." Oh yeah, that's a subwoofer.
That's just candy, man. It's
is
audio candy.
It is absolutely eye candy, and they use Neo motors, Neo magnets, and you can customize it. You can customize they'll do like chrome plated. They'll powder coat them and do all different kind of colors. But this 8-inch has got a 750 RMS rating, 2.5-inch voice coil. It's beef made in the USA, assembled here in the US.
And all their carbon fibers, hand laid carbon fiber. It's just it's artist or what handcrafted artisanship, I guess you would say.
And I haven't really heard of anybody who's spent the money and bought one that has been disappointed. You know, you would think that if it's just all hype and it just looks good, then there would be somebody who would buy it and be like, "Oh, this is really not worth it." But I don't hear anybody saying that. And I know sometimes when people spend a lot of money on stuff, they want to think that it's really good. So they wouldn't say anything bad, but I don't really think that's the case. But Hutchinson, if you're listening, you want Rob and I to check one out, you can send us one and we'll let everybody know what we think. No strings attached.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Hold on, my phone's ringing. Oh, no, that's not them. That was Rockville. Sorry.
Send us one, man. We'll use it. Put it to use for sure.
We will do that for sure. So I didn't pull up the next link because I'm slack. Okay,
I've got it. I've got
him.
All right, so we're gonna jump into speakers, and this is one that maybe people don't expect because there's mixed results with Maxsonics. We all know that, but I will say on their budget MB speakers, I think that they sound pretty good, especially for $70. It's hard to beat them at that price. They're a nice sounding component set at a budget price.
And you can check if this looks like Sonic Electronics. If it's there, they have a lot of deals this time of year too, so that you may get 10% off or 15% off, something like that. So just check, make sure of that. And I'm trying to think. I don't know that I've ever heard these, Rob. But I'll go by what you say. If you say they sound good, then for $70.
Yeah, they're not the best, but you're definitely getting your money's worth with these. And I've had the premium set from them, which they don't sell any longer. The RSC 216 that Maxsonics made, and that was actually a really nice component set. Obviously, they cost a little more. I think they're around $250, but this set sounds good. You'll definitely not be disappointed for $70.
Cool. We'll have to check those out for sure. Let's switch over now to another Savard product. Their High-Q 6.5-inch components, which right now they've got them on sale for like $57 plus $15 shipping. And I'll zoom in a little bit, hopefully, so you guys can see this. Those who are watching us. If you are listening, I apologize. You can't really get the full experience of this, but 6.5-inch with 4 screw holes. They're decent sized woofers. The tweeters are soft dome. They do come with multiple options for flush or surface mounting. These remind me, Rob, and what do you think of like the old school, like Rockford components? Remember those from back in the 90s?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And we've heard them in several vehicles now. at the meets. I've heard them in at least 3 or 4 vehicles, and they're a nice sounding component set for that kind of money. I mean, it's really hard to
It,
beat.
it's unbelievable if you think about it. For $60,
Yeah.
that you can get soft dome tweeters, 6.5-inch mids, and the passive crossovers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really unbelievable that you could get all that for that price. Yeah, and I've heard these for sure, and I can tell you they definitely sound a lot better than the money would make you assume they would.
But I mean, if you've got a little more money, you can check these out. These, I don't know, a lot of people have heard of them, but they're Audible Physics RAM 2.6. I've been running this component set in the Suburban for over 2 years now, and I absolutely love these speakers. It's a tweeterless setup. I'm just using a 2-inch and then the 6.5, but I absolutely love these speakers. They are expensive, but if you got some money to spend,
If you're balling,
yeah.
but yeah, I've heard Rob's. They definitely do. They sound really nice. Should we expect any early Christmas sale on these, Rob, or are we just going to have to save up our lunch money?
You're probably gonna have to save up or get a good buddy like I have that I can talk out. You could talk him out of them. Get him to get them first, and then you talk him out of them. That works out pretty good.
That's always a good plan, because that never works well for me. But good, and glad that works for you.
Yeah. Well, see, you're the good buddy. You get all this stuff. See, so it is working out, just not on your end.
There you go. That's true. That's all good.
Well,
next up, we'll switch over to some accessories, and we're going to look at this welding cable, 1/0 welding cable. This is by Timco.
Yep.
And the Timco cable, I've got some of this. I bought some myself. It's a little bit smaller in diameter and not quite as flexible as the Sky High. Yep. The EB Flex, I think, is a little bit thicker than this, but I mean, Rob did a super extravagant test of 1/0 cable, so it would probably be better for me to let him talk about this, because he tested, I don't know, like 20 different ones of the 1/0. And Rob, was this one in your list too?
The Timco 1/0 I tested, and it is true to American wide gauge standards. So it is 1/0, and it is about the same as Stinger or a Kicker. All those are within the same range. Now, when you start talking about Sky High and New Concepts and GP Audio, those are all a little bit oversized. GP Audio is welding wire, so they are oversized though. But cardio wire, you will get some flexibility. You'll get more wire. You can find this one out a little bit cheaper, depending on what time of year it is and what kind of sale they have. But if we go to the next one that I had outside of this Timco, let me pull it up here. I had for $10 more, you can get the oversized Sky High. And depending on what you want to do, I'd probably lean towards the Sky High, because you're going to get more copper. It's more flexible.
Overall, and they jumped the price up since you made the link. So it went from 67 to 75.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Oh man! So yeah, they got him. So the Cyber Mondays and the Black Fridays are over. But if you guys keep your eyes on any of this stuff that you're looking for over the next couple of weeks, what I've noticed is when it gets closer to the end of the year, they're trying to, do their last bit of sales before the end of the year. And a lot of these things will go back on sale. So I would just keep your eyes on them if you need to buy something, because I think the prices will drop again. Yeah. But yeah, definitely the Sky High is better wire, because you get more copper, more flexible, but you can definitely get by with the Timco, and I haven't had any issues with it. Changing colors and corroding and all the other stuff that people say that welding wire will do.
Nope. I put it out in the outside for several months uncovered, and it was just like every other wire.
So next up, the item here that we have to give T Fade credit for, because he found this a while back. I don't know, maybe 6-8 months ago, and posted up. And we've seen several people do videos on it. I know AXO did a video on it, and I think Rob, did you do a video on this too?
No, but I've got one on my test bench.
Yeah.
I got it. I was going to do a video, but EXO ended up putting it out first, and I was like, fine. He beat me. He got me. But yeah, I use it quite often. It's on the test bench. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's really cool because it lights up if the fuse is blown. It lets you know that that you need to replace the fuse. It just looks really clean, and it's unlike most distribution blocks, especially at this price. It does the positive and the negative, because a lot of the distribution blocks you'll buy are just going to be, for your positive, and then you have to buy a separate one for a negative. This one's all together for $30.
Yep.
And it does zero gauge.
It's got good wire management. If you look at the top where the power goes in, there's holders for your wire to go in. Right. You could there you go. There's a little plastic tie down that'll hold it. And then it's got two ends for negative and an end on both sides for positive. So you can do dual wiring. And for me, that really works, because sometimes I hook up a battery so that I don't have to have my power supply going.
Yep. Yeah, for $30, another stocking stuffer for any of your audio friends. No brainer. It's just really cool. Or if you just need one for a test bench too, it's really useful. I'll recommend getting one of those. So what we got up next here, Rob?
Speaking of recommended to get, and you showed this to everybody, this price on an AMM1, test your own amp, see what power it is, $350 right now. I mean, that's an insane deal. You couldn't even find these used for that much before.
No, because they were out of stock for a long time. And even when they came back in stock, I think they were $449 or $499 maybe.
Like that.
Yeah, at one time they were $399. Well, I think was the price they were selling for, and then once they went out of stock and came back in, the price went up. But yeah, I can't believe this deal is still going, and it looks like they still have enough of them in stock where it doesn't say low stock. So $349. And again, if you look around, you may be able to find a coupon code for Sonic Electronics. They may drop that price a little bit more. I'm not sure.
I know at that price, I almost want to get one just to have a spare.
Yeah, well, you have to remember one thing about the AMM1, and Rob knows this because he's got one. Once you get an AMM1, you have to invest in Energizer stock, because they eat batteries like Cookie Monster eats chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I can attest to that. That is 100% true.
And so what I try to do is I bought some of these 9-volt rechargeable batteries. The problem with these is, just like any other rechargeable nickel metal hydride type battery, is they start off at right at 9 volts or 8.5 volts, and they drop a lot quicker. So when you buy like a brand new Duracell alkaline, they're like 10 volts, right? And the AMM1 likes to have a fully charged battery to work optimally. So those rechargeable ones, in my experience, they'll still work with the AMM1, but you have to pretty much just use it and then charge the battery and then use it again, because if you don't have your battery charged well, then you get some weird ratings on the AMM1.
Yep. And I hate to say it, because I'm not really like an environmental guy, but I hate to just throw batteries away. So I tried the rechargeables, and I had this same issue that you had, where I could basically do one round of testing and then it was done, and I was getting weird readings. So I just went and bought a bunch of cheap Harbor Freight batteries, and I could test probably 3 or 4 or 5 amps and throw it out and get another one.
And here's another side jack for that. There's a really good video of a guy that tests a bunch of different AA batteries, and he tests a lot of the Harbor Freight type batteries as well. That's a good video to see the quality of some of the batteries. And actually, some of the Harbor Freight ones were pretty good quality-wise for the AA's, and hopefully that would transition over to the 9 volts. So that wasn't too much of a side jag, because you need 9 volts for products that we're showing right now.
And the name of that channel is Project Farm, and I watch it religiously. Like, he tests everything like that. Very cool. And if you like my 1-aught test, he does that times 10 on everything. So definitely check it out. Project Farm.
Project Farm for the win. So we have another SMD product that's on sale, the DD1, $135. We'll have a lot of people say, well, I can get me a handheld O-scope for $50 off eBay, and it does everything this does and more. Well,
at 160 by 160 resolution.
Yeah, you're not, if you're setting your gains with a really, really cheap O-scope, then you might as well just use your ears, because once you see clipping on a screen like that that's got horrible resolution, you're way into clipping. So if you want to do it right, you need a tool that does it right. These work well. These are calibrated before they leave, so they test them to make sure they're actually 1% THD. I've had one for a long time. I actually used to use this when I tested amps earlier. I used this and an O-scope to do the test in my early test. If you go back like 6 or 7 years ago when I used to test amps, the reason I got this is because I knew that this would stop. The light would come on at 1% THD, so I could tell exactly when the amp hit 1% THD. So, but for setting up your head unit, stuff like that, the DD1 is just tough to beat.
Yeah, and it's quick. I mean, an O-scope, for one, is difficult to use if you don't understand how to use it. 2, it takes a while. It's just very quick to turn this on, turn your gain up to clipping, back it off just a hair so you get just the faint light, and you're good to go. Especially when you test amps like us, you don't want to take an hour to set up your amp. You just want to get to your test and let it roll.
True that. Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah.
And this next item here, Rob has got a lot of the Klein tools in. He's like a Klein tool ambassador or something.
I love them.
And they make really good products, but this is a #1 bestseller.
Yeah.
The screwdriver and nut driver 11-in-1 multi-tool, industrial strength bits, cushion grip handle, Klein tools, 32,500, 1,420 ratings, 4.99999 stars.
Yeah.
Low price of $14.95. I'm gonna have to get one of these, Rob. That looks kind of nice.
Yeah.
That always looks nice as my little kit that I always push, that has all the different little bits and stuff in it. And all this stays inside of one tool, so you don't have to go searching. Assembled in the USA. Well, how exactly did they assemble it in the USA? They slide all the pieces together?
No, they actually build them right down the road from me. Right by.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they build all. That's why I'm such a big Klein guy. They forge and build all this stuff right here in the USA, in Fort Smith. So pretty cool.
Sweet. Well, definitely support them.
I mean, that's my favorite. That is my favorite go-to screwdriver. It's not perfect, but just to have everything with you in one screwdriver. It's got nut drivers, so you can do a lot of car audio with it. It's like got a 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and I think a half maybe.
Yeah, and a T10 and a T15, which are used all the time. The Torx bits.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to get one of those right when we get off our podcast. I'm going to go ahead and order me one. I've had a few things in my shopping cart waiting to hit that buy now.
That's how it always is. Yeah. You know, speaking of something else that I use quite often, and I think you might use something similar, it's these U.S. General from Harbor Freight, the little magnetic tool holders. I use these everywhere, especially on my test bench. Just so easy to just set my tools up once I'm done. My little individual ball head hexen, Allen keys that I use, just slap them up there. Don't even got to put them back in the holder.
Yeah, that's cool. I do have some of these somewhere, but I need to get probably some more. And the next item that you have up too, which is the metric ball end hex key set. I definitely need to get some of these because I don't have the one with the ball ends. You not balling until you get the ball ends.
Yeah, you got to get the long reach ball ends. $7. I use these all the time. Now I will say, I recommend a lot of Harbor Freight tools, but I had the T handles and I use those quite a bit too. Those bent on me, those twisted and tweaked, but these never have. So I recommend these. Don't get the T handles.
Yeah, I've got a set of the T handles and I haven't had the tweaking problem with them yet, but and actually I have torqued them pretty hard because I put my seat post on with the T handle and it didn't torque yet. So, but I definitely like these ball end ones. I'm gonna have to buy some of these. But yeah, that's cool, man. That was a nice little guide of equipment there that we showed off, and I'm sure people here who are listening to us, watching us. Oops, I hit that.
Oh, Big D removed himself. He removed himself from the stream. Let me get him back on here.
I came up as number 2.
Oh my goodness! Total
happy clickers clicking the wrong button.
Yeah,
but yeah, some good stuff, man. Lots of nice stocking stuffers and just all kind of good quality, fun stuff for cardio. If you can't have fun, then why do it?
Yeah. Got to keep it real. Keep it fun, or don't do it at all.
That's true. I'm looking through some of the comments here since we kind of got through the content a little bit faster than I think we anticipated. Yeah, Black Friday sales were on the weak side. I agree with that 100%, Mark. I thought the same. I didn't really buy anything Friday or Monday online, which is unusual for me. I might have bought 1 or 2 things, but not anything big.
Yeah.
There were some deals. Now, Costco had the 75-inch Samsung TV for $749. Of course, it's probably the lowest end model, whatever. Yeah. But granted, how many people are going to be that picky to see a 75-inch that's the low end and a 75-inch that's the nice one and be like, ooh, that looks so much better?
Yeah.
I mean, really, the content that you're watching is not, in most cases, not going to make that much difference.
I don't even have a 4K TV in my house, which I don't know. I guess I'm just cheap because I don't want to replace the TV until it goes out, So I'm stuck at 1080, and our bedroom TV only do 720. So
I'm the same way. I don't have any 4K. I haven't bought. In fact, when I bought my last TV for the living room, it was right when it was really difficult to get any 1080ps because almost everything was 4K. But the 1080p one was several $100s cheaper. And I was thinking just what Rob was saying. Most of the stuff I watch is not going to be in 4K anyway for the next several years. This was back 3 years ago, which is true. So, and it's not a 60-inch. It's not like it's a 95-inch TV. You have to have a really big one to get the effect of 4K, make it look better for your eyes. So,
yeah,
it works out fine for me. Works fine for football and basketball and other sports I like to watch.
Yeah. Thank you, OG Airbender. Shout out. Hit us with the super chat.
Super chat. So we I see some comments in here about CCA wire, and I would not buy the CCA wire. If you're gonna go cheap and get CCA wire, just get the welding cable,
or buy 4-gauge OFC over 1/0 CCA.
Yeah, because essentially that's all that it's designed to handle current wise.
Yeah,
is the size down anyway. So why would you get thicker wire that?
And it's gonna pull more heat through there with that wire. So I mean, check out Steve Mead's video. Definitely check out Steve Mead's video, and it'll tell you why you want to use OFC versus CCA. Let's see. Oh, the Ultimax.
Ultimax. I forgot
Yeah.
that one, and I'll pull it up real quick because that is a superb deal. I'm gonna pull it up. Ultimax.
Rated a Black Friday, Cyber Monday shop, 6.5 component coax, nothing special pop. Yeah, so I'm still shopping. Same here, man. I didn't see anything, no crazy car audio deals.
The Ultimax 18 is $259, free shipping, which I can imagine shipping this joker costs at least $50. The sale ends 12/4, which that is today, friends.
Yeah.
And they also have the 12 is on sale for $199, or is that on sale? No, it doesn't say sale. The 10-inch is on sale for $89.
What?
Oh, that's a restock one. Oop, it's gone. Sorry, no longer available.
I was like, that's cheap, man.
Got him. Oh, there's a restocked 8. Oh, no longer available. Man, gotta watch us. Some people are buying them right out from under us, Rob, as we're sitting here looking at them.
You know what? I absolutely love Parts Express. I order stuff from them all the time, but I do have a bone to pick with them. They don't pack very well. Have you ever noticed that? Like when you've got anything from them, they pack a bit like Amazon, which is kind of there with some paper.
I haven't noticed that because most of the stuff I bought is already kind of pre-boxed, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it was just me.
Is it kind of like the Scar audio amp that I bought that time, and they had like a couple pieces of butcher paper in there with it?
Kinda, yeah, but not quite that bad.
Yeah, the worst thing about that is I did it, and I did a video about it, and the amp blew up, and I sent it back, and they sent one that was in worse condition, and they packed it even worse the second time. I'm like, okay, guess you guys don't watch YouTube. Anyway, I guess if you sell a lot of product, then hey, it is what it is. Being treated like everybody else, which is kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah.
So, Rob, what is on your list? Is anything big that you want this year that hoping Santa Claus brings you for your car audio stash or tools or anything like that?
I'll tell you what, and this isn't a car audio thing, but I don't know if you've checked it out. The Rode Video Mic NTG. It's still on pre-order. It's going to be released. That thing looks like an absolute monster. I mean, it's everything. It looks like the perfect mic, so it's got to have some fatal flaw.
Well, Rode, generally speaking, makes really, really good equipment. I've never bought anything that's Rode that's not good. This is a little mic that goes onto your cell phone. I've got the little tiny little wireless deals here, and I use this stuff all the time. I never have a problem with the Rode equipment. Made in Australia.
Yeah,
I think it even says on the package that they don't make it in China. It's actually made in Australia, so that's pretty impressive right there off the bat. But so you're saving up your Christmas cash and everything for a new microphone, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just bought this Deity, so I don't need it, but yeah. You know how it is. Always looking for something better.
Always reaching for the next cool thing. That's for sure. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm trying to do some more work in the lab in my garage here, finishing another bench that I want to build and do a little setup for like a scene so I can shoot more videos out there in a different area so I don't have to stand by where the car is. I'm trying to do some of that. I don't know that I'll have time because I've got another big goal of testing a bunch of amps before Christmas and releasing a lot of videos. But oh, there you go. Jasper Circle Jig is coming out with a model for compact routers in February.
That's pretty dope. It's nice with the compact routers. I don't know if you've seen them, but Rockler makes one for compact routers right now. So DJ Spite, if you want one now, go to Rockler.
Rob, I didn't even show you this, and you guys have to understand if you we normally don't talk about this stuff until after the normal podcast is done. We talk about BMX stuff. But did you see that they had this one for $350 on the Redline site? I didn't send it to you.
No.
But this is the RL 275, which is the one that has the big fat 27.5-inch wheels on it.
Yeah.
With disc brakes on the front and back. And it has the old 80s, like 85, 86 styling with the graphics in the turquoise color, but it was $350 shipped.
Wow.
Half price. Yeah.
That's insane.
I was going to tell you about it, but I forgot. Sorry. They jacked the price back up, but it's different. I mean, a lot of people would say, why would you want a, bike that has single gears? It's got the Redline cranks. It's got the disc brakes, the cheap Tecro levers, not that nice. But hey, some of us like to look like we're riding an old BMX bike and we're really riding a new bike, and it's very comfortable cruiser. We don't have to have 27 gears. One gear is enough.
No, I mean, we don't ride mountain bikes. Gears are for mountain bikes.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry y'all missed out on that too, but keep watching. They may put them on sale. I know Planet BMX has put a lot of their big BMX or big cruisers is what they call them, have been real popular for several years now, since SE bikes and the big rippers and the whatever they call them. I don't know how many different versions they have of they call them the wheelie cruisers, the wheelie bikes. But yeah, the big BMX style bikes are getting pretty popular. So if you were into BMX like Rob and I were back in the 80s, then you might keep an eye out, get one of these and relive your childhood.
Yeah. Have you seen the T-Fade video? His kickflip?
I saw it today, dude. I was impressed. Dude. He almost landed it.
Dude, I know he's hurting right now. He took some shots on that, man.
He did, but like the second and third time, he pretty much landed it, and then they went for that last time, and it was like, oh, ankle broke, butt bone broke.
Yeah.
Whoever was taking the video, I cannot believe that you don't have a slow motion mode in your camera, and couldn't have caught that like in 120 frames per second and shown us some real slow mo.
Yeah, man, that was killer. We got what, Willie Wilson and what, kickflip fade, or
he did for him. Now he may have been pulling our chain when he said something about he didn't know what a kickflip was. I can't imagine that anybody who didn't know what a kickflip was could do it as good as he did it, because he looked like he was a skater to me.
Yeah, he's always holding something back. So
I think he was. I think he was sandbagging.
Yeah, he did it though. He took a beating for it, but he did it.
I would never try that unless I was in the grass. There's no way I'd try that on the concrete.
If I took that fall, I'd still be laying there.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I had somebody comment on my wheelie video and said that I made that bike look small, and they bet that I couldn't bunny hop it. So my response back was, put your money where your mouth is and bet me, and I'll show you I can bunny hop it, sucker.
I've already collected once. We said when I was watching that video and you done the wheelie, and then boom, popped up, PayPal me / Big D Wiz.
That's right,
like,
man.
All right, man.
People got to put their money where their mouth is. But yeah, that was all for fun.
That was awesome.
The bikes are fun. Riding wheelies are fun. I can't do it half as good as a lot of these guys up there, but still fun to do it. So let's scroll through, Rob, here before we end. It looks like we're getting close to the hour, but we'll see if we've got any other interesting comments that we can throw up. 29-inch Ripper Mike Buff limited edition. Yeah, that's a sweet looking bike, John. I've seen those. Did I miss anything good? Nope, Ed, didn't miss anything.
We're babbling about car audio deals.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't say that. My Redline RL20A up in the attic.
Ooh.
Send it to me for testing.
I don't know if I could roll a 20-inch.
Yeah, 20 inches too small.
Yeah. Well, let me shout out the super chats real quick. Anthony Dunn, the Third Era, Donnie Tuttle, and OG Airbender. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate the support as always. We will go ahead and kind of sign off here for the podcast. If you guys are listening to the audio version, make sure you go to youtube.com/12vtalk. Subscribe to us there. If you're watching us on Facebook, please go to our YouTube channel because Facebook is the devil. All Facebook does is steals all your information and listens to you all throughout the day when you're talking to people, and it gives you ads later in the day on your phone when you go to Facebook. And yeah, so go to YouTube because Google is so much better. Maybe not, but go to YouTube because it helps us. Facebook is, it's just there. We enjoy the audience that we have on Facebook and the interaction that we have, but it doesn't really help us grow our channel like the YouTube deal does. So youtube.com/12vtalk. You can capture us on your favorite podcasting app on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify. Just search for 12vtalk, or you can search for Big D Wiz or Hi-Fi Vega, and we'll show up. And this is our 57th episode. Each one's around an hour long. We have a lot of interviews. We're lining up some more interviews for the new year. So we're looking forward to talking to some people in the industry and getting some more content for you guys. So as always, thank you for listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for watching. Till next week, actually the week after. We out. Peace.
Later. Here you go. Buying amps and batteries breaks the wallet. No doubt about that. Our dude, Basshead Go Boom, just picked up one of those CES 40 amp hour lithium.
Ooh, nice. Did they have those on Cyber Monday?
Yeah, I think they were a little over $500, $550, $560, something like that.
Man.
So it's a pretty good deal.
Man, I needed to get some more of those Yenlongs. I've got the bus bars to set up a massive, enormous, incredibly large bank. Let's see what else is going on here. If you're paying retail, you're out of your mind. What did I miss?
Let me see.
Oh, retail for the are we talking about the expensive speakers you showed?
Let me see. I didn't see that one.
It was Robert Van Hoy, RVH.
Oh, for the Audible Physics?
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
They like Morels better. OG Airbender likes Morels better.
I like Morels too. They're nice. They take a lot of power.
John Dove says, to me, Black Friday sales weren't that great. I've seen a lot of 10 to 20% off at Confando's deals on St. Patrick's Day. But you had to buy all green amps and all green subs that day. So that was a good one.
That's funny.
I mean, they talked about how much money was spent online and how much money was spent with cell phones and everything on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And I kind of agree that I think a lot of the stuff was just, I mean, there were some okay deals, but there's nothing that like blew me out of the water.
No, and a lot of the deals that were up, especially for audio, like Sonic Electronics, they have deals like that almost year round. They have something that's cheap like that.
All the time. Jesse, yeah, the Interloops, definitely. Interloops are some of the best rechargeables. There's a lot of different kind of the knockoffs of the Interloops now. You know, Sanyo used to do the Interloops, and then they were sold to a different brand, and for some reason it's dropping. I can't remember. Is it Panasonic? Somebody else bought that technology or whatever away. The batteries are still good, but I can't remember who it was that bought them, because I actually bought a bunch of those. But the ones I get now are the Amazon Basics. They have the nickel metal hydride ones you can get rechargeables. That they're the, what do they call them? Pre-charged and all that stuff. The ones that you can sit for months and they don't drain. And I use them in my remote controls. Granted, they don't last as long as the alkalines. Like Rob said, I'm not throwing them away. I've got a 16 bank of AA, and I just keep them all charged. And then when 2 go dead, I just put them in the charger and take 2 of the fresh ones out and put them in the remote. And that's the way to do it, so you don't have to buy batteries all the time. Because you're right, man, you can really fill up the landfill. Spark batteries.
Oh, dude.
Ed, you're gonna have to come back and tell us about that, man.
Yeah. Heck yeah. But yeah, I hate throwing them batteries in the landfills too. I try to recycle them, but I mean, Harbor Freight, Home Depot, every Black Friday they do a deal where you can get like 80 AA Railvac batteries for like $10. I usually pick up 1 or 2 of those, just have them around.
That'll last you like 2 days with the AMM1.
Yeah. I've been doing pretty good on those Harbor Freight batteries. I don't know how, but I think I've tested 4 amps now, and I'm still reading good battery.
Wow.
I test so.
So which are you getting, the like alkaline versions, or are you getting the cheaper ones, or the what?
Heavy duty, like the
heavy duties.
Yeah, the cheapest yellow ones that you used to get free with the coupon.
Wow. And how much do those go each?
I think it's like $1 each or 80 cents each.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a dealio.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, especially when everything I use to test clamp meter, digital multimeter, every one of those things takes a 9-volt battery. You know.
Yes, sir. These ones I showed earlier, I got these off of Amazon. What is the model? Veenstone? I don't know what that is. No, Keenstone. Designed in the USA, assembled in China. But it's this is lithium, is what it says. But it's got a little charger. I don't know if I can show you the charger. I think I can. But it's like a little charger like this that can put 3 of them in. And it just hooks up to a micro USB. So I've got one of these. I think it's in one of the multimeters, but I have tried it in the AMM1, and I have had some issues before with even cycling through the menus and stuff. If your battery is not fresh, sometimes that doesn't work well. In my experience.
And I wish they would have some kind of stand. I don't know if you've probably used them because you use a bunch of these little lights, but these Sony NFP batteries, they should have something like that.
Yeah, they should.
I've got a ton of these using for all these little video lights.
Yeah, slick deals, tech bargains. There's a lot of different sites that have deals for stuff, but not a lot of them talk about car audio stuff. We kind of have to find that on Facebook or just middle of the night searching like some of us do on eBay and Amazon and find out good deals. And Audio Dynamics has got
they had some good sales.
Yep.
I shared a few of theirs. See here. Jesse says the AM1 have an AC. Nope, just batteries. Just batteries. That's something I've always wondered about power tools. They should make some sort of adapter for every line that they come out with that's just a plug-in. A plug-in dummy battery. It's a plug-in. That way, when they stop making those batteries and they're incompatible, You can just plug them in.
Yep.
But
sounds like a Shark Tank idea.
Yeah. But then you wouldn't sell more new tools, so it's a thing.
Yeah, but you're saving the environment.
Yeah,
saving the landfill. And then people are buying electric cars, which they're digging the whole earth up to get the chemicals they need to build the batteries. So
it's either that or they're going in our phones. So what's it matter?
True.
We'll find a reason to dig the earth up no matter what.
Did you know that there's more cell phones in the world than there are people?
Yeah, you carry 2 at all times. Part of the problem.
Yeah, I'm part of the problem.
Oh, man.
I don't really carry it at all times. That's the hypothetical.
Worst case scenario.
Alrighty. I'm sorry to keep yawning. I didn't get much sleep last night. I woke up early thinking about all the exciting amplifiers getting ready to go on the test bench and all the fun stuff that's coming up. So hope you guys are ready.
Yeah, I tested one today for bass head go boom, even though I was feeling a little sick, but it is what it is. Oh, for sure. For sure he's got burner phones.
I don't know I don't have a burner phone.
Yeah.
Now phones might be hot, but they're not burners. Alrighty. So we're going to do one more show before the end of the year. Is that right, Rob? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like the 18th is our next one. And after that, it will be actually, we'll have to figure out how the next one's going to work because that's going to be like January 1st is the next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after Christmas, obviously.
Yep.
We'll figure out something. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us as always, listening to me blabble. I've been babbling tonight for some reason. I can't talk.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Me too.
It's all those lights that Rob has behind him. It's making me think of Stranger Things and Upside Downs and all that kind of stuff.
That's how I got that little flickery effect going right there. That's to hypnotize you.
I like it.
Yeah.
I gotta step up my game, get rid of this big old white door behind me that's messing up my background.
Oh, you got the old school stereo in the background.
But you can't see it because it's blurry because I got a cheap camera.
I can see it. Cheap camera.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks again, as always, for joining us. If we will talk one more time before the Christmas stuff hits us. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. And we'll catch up with you.
All right. Catch you later.
Joe, what's up? Peace, everybody. Thanks again. We out.